the field. We'll pull up behind Ryan Vargas, and we'll get everybody bunched back up. But the green flag is out. Race number 1 of round number 7 for Coors underway. It's Vargas, it's Cozy, who will do battle with one another off on that big rundown shoreline drive all the way to the first turn. Gabe Wood hits the fence in the corner, but Cozy will win the drag race down to turn 1 to get it in. Josh Chin misses the turn. Everybody else through cleanly, but the fountain section's where the trouble begins on lap 1, historically in the heat races.
Oh, Smithley's going to tag the wall hard, and the fountain's going to come to a stop and have to get back going there. No yellow. Keep in mind, too, Cozy actually did make some pretty significant contact with that outside wall entering the fountain. So a damage already for that 99, and you can see it here to complete lap 1 and 10. One car around in the back, I believe that might have been
Dorman, Robert Dorman. I think there was contact with Brayton Laster. That's who it looked like, just off the shot that we had. So Dorman now slides to the back of this field. Cozy's already out in front by about 4 or 5 car lengths. This battle immediately near the front of the field. It's Gary Owen and Sean Butler for 3rd and 4th. Going trying to defend. Butler looking for any opportunity on the first run through turns 9 and 10, but nothing immediately. But the hairpin, a great passing opportunity here at Long Beach.
Through 10 and 11 for the first time, and back up to speed, going, sliding out a little bit sideways once again. Might open the door for Sean Butler to try to attack that 3rd spot. And again, down this long front straightaway and into the heavy braking zone. Cozy leads Vargas. Here comes Sean Butler to the inside now of Gary Owen, and Sean gonna lock him up and get turned.
Big contact there. Everybody biffed it. Corey Vervinks hit the fence. Gabe Wood run around. Full course yellow flag on the second lap, and lots of trouble there in turn 1. There were about 3 or 4 different things that happened. So you get a good look here down Shoreline Drive. You see Butler come in too hot on the brakes on entry, so he doesn't turn in as early as Goen thought he would, and Goen tries to turn in naturally, turns Butler. Then you look at some of the other cameras here. That's just those 2, because there was more that happened behind this. We'll get a good look at Gabe Wood here. Gabe Wood rode behind all this. There's the initial incident. Wood sort of missed it and didn't get slowed up in time and ran into Gary Owen. And then I don't know if it comes into the corner of the picture. We'll see whether or not we get a good look at it. But Corey Vervinks just totally missed the corner and hit the wall right on the outside there on the exit of turn 1. So there were 4 cars that were involved in incidents. Maybe one more shot here. We might be able to see what happened with Corey Vervinks just behind Gabe Wood. So there's Wood in the fence, and you'll see there's Vervinks just a little bit too hot on the brakes too. Missed his mark, hit the fence too. Ready for green flag. One car couldn't even get into the pit stall. Herman Reese blocks people and gets back into Robert Dorman, and Dorman's going to ping off the wall. Josh Chin has nowhere to go. Not quite sure what happened there, but Dorman's on his side. We go green flag racing with the rest of the field, and the yellow flag's out already. Yeah, I wonder if just a shifting error there. Ends up in trouble, and then got the damage and tried to fix it and just couldn't go anywhere. And then Dorman gets spun. So Dorman and Chin really are innocent bystanders, because Reese tried to get on the gas pedal, but clearly had some sort of problem shifting through the gears. And that's why he went around on the exit of turn 11, and then everything else was just sort of an afterthought here. You'll see it as he comes through the corner, going on board with Gabe Wood, but that little launch and then just loops it, spins, or rather, this is Dorman. So, and then the damage from the wheel gets Dorman turned, and in this spot, just the worst place to get turned with that wall there. As they bunch up and get ready to go down Shoreline Drive. Better work from the field this time as they get caught up. Back to green flag racing. Champagne got the better jump on Michael Cozy. Cozy's still there, though, as Cozy will get a better run through the gears and has that inside line. A little bit of wiggles from people. Where does this pan out in turn 1? No give from Champagne. No give from Cozy, but Champagne's got the inside line. Does he squeeze Cozy out? No. In fact, Champagne got loose on the exit there. Has to give up the spot. Cozy back to the point. 3 laps to go.
Make sure that we get cleanly through the fountain here. Had a few stack ups on that first set of starts. It looks like Melillo might have gotten a little bit out of shape, but he'll recollect it. And we stay green. 3 laps to go. Going through turns 5 and 6. We're coming to 6 right now. Michael Cozy Jr. with the lead. Justin Champagne, Ryan Vargas, DT, and Goen. Your top 5 as they head in to turn number 8. Cozy doing a great job out front, holding off this number 38. Effectively his championship rival right now, as Champagne is going to move into second in the championship fight after tonight.
Really, really strong run there as Ryan Vargas now all over the rear bumper of Champagne. And Cozy a little bit quicker, I think, at least for the moment, as we go on board with the Californian. Ryan Vargas knows these streets well, knows this general part of the country very well. Big wide run from Cozy to get that launch down shoreline drive and at the stripe. We'll see what lap times were between Cozy and Champagne and Vargas. 25-3, 25-6, 26-1. Cozy the fastest of that bunch, but Champagne still within striking distance. They left Vargas behind just a little bit.
And Vargas is determined to attack Justin Champagne as they cross the stripe there. Going to turn one for the final time in race number one. It's going to take a huge lap out of Justin Champagne if he wants to bring the fight to the 99. Otherwise, it might just be Michael Cozy Jr.'s race to lose.
He was almost a second slower, was Champagne, compared to Cozy. But Vargas, interestingly enough, was about half a second off of Cozy's time and half a second faster than Champagne. So this is the battle to watch here. Second and third, Champagne and Vargas fighting for two spots at the podium in some order. And DT's also right there if these two get into it. Let's not forget that if for whatever reason they wreck, DT can steal a podium spot from both of them.
Absolutely, and Champagne continues to struggle, and Michael Cozy Jr. has opened that lead up. Going to be going into turn number 9 for the final time. Almost a 2-second advantage Michael Cozy Jr. has over Justin Champagne. Champagne will lead Vargas and DT into 10 and 11 for the last time, but it looks to be all 99 through the final set of corners.
Michael Cozy Jr. without a serious threat, aided by the caution laps. He didn't have to go as hard for as long, but it didn't matter. Michael Cozy Jr. across the stripe to win the first race of the pair this evening at Long Beach. He will take round 1 of the Stig Shoreline Drive Street Circuit Bonanza 2 Electric Boogaloo. And now is on the gas pedal, waited until the green flag and went deep in the box, but he's off and he goes. Josh Chin already looking to the outside of Garrett Smithley. Corey Vervinkt not going to block yet, may shade a little bit, now shades up there. Herman Reese in trouble, Justin Malillo pounds Gabe Wood. Those two in trouble. Josh Chin with a big dive to the inside, and he and Vervinkt are both going to miss the corner, and they're going to fall way down the running order, and Garrett Smithley, of all people, is going to be your race leader as they file through the fountain.
Into turn 4 now, and under the caution flag after the top 5 there basically imploded. Justin Malillo's backwards driving practice got him a little bit of help there. Cody Hicken was starting and parking anyways, only going to run 1 lap from his car out in the middle of Kansas. Garrett Smithley will be your leader, though. We find ourselves under the first caution of race number 2.
Herman gets loose and starts spinning, and Justin goes back to the middle to avoid this and ends up running right into Gabe Wood and ends up in the fence. Justin trying to get out of the way, and then getting out of Herman's way, he got into Gabe's way, and then a complete just whiff on the corner there from Vervinkt and Chin.
Yeah, and again, there was so much that went wrong at once here. On board with Justin Malillo should be a pretty good look, and I mean, feels like it's over before it even started there for Herman Reese. Yeah, gets sideways right there. Justin Malillo makes evasive maneuvers, tags Gabe Wood. Michael Cozy Jr. said he had a good chance of getting wrecked, and it took him not even a straightaway to make that prophecy come to life. There's Justin Malillo's backwards driving practice, and tags the wall there at the end.
Lots of this. So Malillo's already around, and then Chin, got the inside of Vervinkt, but not the first time we've seen someone just biff it and dive in too deep on corner entry and end up in trouble. Field doubling up. Shall we see chaos on this first restart coming on lap 3, working our way towards lap 4. As Butler and Smithley are the ones to get us going. Vargas bounces off the fence to lose some track position, but keep it relatively straight. A good save for Vargas to keep everything copacetic, as there's trouble a little bit further back for Wes Graham, who's going to stuff it in the fence, and I think is still going to make the corner anyway. Not too much trouble a little bit further back. Single file up until Cozy and Vargas, who tried to get in front of Champagne and then ended up in trouble, clean through the fountain section, and Butler, the race leader early.
Sean Butler going to lead the field now on West Shoreline Drive and into turn number 6. Garrett Smithley under attack from the number 97 of Gary Owen. Through 7 and into turn number 8 now, side by side for the second position. That BWT machine trying to take the second spot away from Garrett Smithley. Can't quite get there as the 43 is clear of Gary Owen once again down the backstretch and into turn number 9. Look at Michael Cozy Jr. already trying to put his hat in the ring for the 4th spot.
Cozy already making the charge from last on the grid, already up, creeping on the edge of the top 5 as DT slides his way through 9 and 10. How does turn 11 look for this group? A little bit of contact there. Cozy tries to go underneath. A little bit of a slide there from DT. So Cozy's going to have at least an opportunity down shoreline, but DT with that preferred line on the outside, especially once they get to turn 1. If he's there alongside Cozy, he should still maintain the spot unless he gets loose. There's an opportunity for Cozy to make the pass. Cozy might have a shot at this here going into 1. Vargas driving to the wounded race car. He may need the fast repair here just to get this car sorted out. We'll see if he can hang on until the pit stop. He could use it up then if he so chooses. As Sean Butler has missed the corner, and Sean Butler goes off, and now we've got a stack up for the race lead. It's, look at this, Michael Cozy Jr., who's already made it past just about Gary Owen, makes the pass into 4, clears, and Michael Cozy Jr. has passed almost the entire field to get to second before we even finish lap 6.
On the back bumper of Garrett Smithley now. Was able to get past Goen there, and Sean Butler rejoins the field outside of the top 10. Oh, Goen's going to go around off the nose of drive-through. That's going to send Josh Chin also around. No caution yet, although should be getting one, you'd think. We stay green.
Little surprised there with the stack up and the amount of cars that were involved that it didn't bring out a yellow, so that gives Cozy the opportunity to make the pass pretty easily, and Michael Cozy Jr. has completed his front-to-back run as Champagne has missed the corner going into turn 9, so he'll lose track position.
And all that, it only took 6 full laps around Long Beach for Michael Cozy Jr. to retake the lead. Garrett Smithley drive-through, complete your top 3.
Vargas with the wounded piece that he has, also still in the top 5. He's in 4th. Credit to Vargas. That thing is B2A pulp, and he still has something to work with, though. He's got Gabe Wood challenging behind.
And here comes Josh Chin into the pit lane, the first of your drivers up here in the lead group that will come onto the pit lane, and interested rather to see if he's going to go fuel only or if he's taking tires as well.
I like it from Josh Chin in particular because he's had pace, just has to have the track position. So if you don't have the track position, come in early, split this right in half, which is what he's done. He'll be on clean racetrack so he can set his own laps. He likely will be able to leapfrog a few people just by not running around anyone else.
Well, yeah, we saw that with Ryan Vargas earlier as well, where he was 0.5 faster than Justin Champagne, but just couldn't find a way around him. And that's part of why you heard guys like Cozy mention how important track position was. So I agree. I think that's a really good call to just run on some clean racetrack and put some hot laps down for yourself. But Garrett Smithley and Vargas going at it here all over the place. Gabe Wood in this pack as well. This right on the cusp of the top 5. Move into 4th.
A bit of an interesting stretch there from Vargas. He had the opportunity to make the pass on Smithley in turn 8, checked up to not get into him, and then because he checked up, he didn't get a good run off the corners. They played bumper tag there in turn 11, but all of a sudden, Smithley ended up in trouble. And now here we see some pit stops, and here is your leader, Michael Cozy Jr., in for a stop on lap 11, and where Cozy pops out, I think, will determine a lot of this. Here's Gabe Wood, so Wood will take over the race lead at least momentarily. And the car we want to watch is Davin Cornelius, who was second on this, but Cornelius is all the way back, just coming down the back straightaway now. So Cozy should still be in good shape. The question is by how much will Cozy maintain the net race lead? As Gary Owen will also come in for service in this lap too.
And with 8 laps to go, still plenty of time to have the rest of this unfold. And again, the one I'm looking at just as like a benchmark is where does Josh Chin come out on that early strategy of splitting this race directly in half. Like you mentioned, I've liked the pace that 93 car has had. He's just been mired back in traffic. Look how close this is going to end up being, though, with Michael Cozy Jr. and DT. DT's actually going to take that spot away. Cozy's going to have to chase that 77 down. The DT 5th and Cozy in 6th. That is where your eventual race lead will play out.
So Cozy got tires on that stop. I think that's worth noting just the same. But you notice there was a little bit of a blue stripe, blue line right on the exit of pit road. Drivers coming off of pit road have to stay right along that wall coming down shoreline of the entry to turn 1, basically until they hit the corner. So as much as Cozy would have loved to turn in, had to stay up there on the fence to make sure that he didn't get a pit road exit penalty. So now, yes, the battle is on to try and get the spot from Davin Cornelius, but this already, I think, is going to be a quick battle at that. Look at the pace that Cozy has right down the inside of Cornelius. Cornelius not going to fight it, and Cozy now back up into the virtual race lead. That's Robert Dorman just ahead. All these cars have yet to come down pit road, so Cozy and Cornelius, essentially your virtual race leaders, as Dorman gets stuck to the corner, and he makes contact with Cornelius. That'll slow Cornelius down.
And if that race for the lead wasn't over, that will pretty much do it for drive-through, and he's going to have to put together a monster last 6 laps here if he wants to get back up to the 99, or Cozy's going to have to hit the wall or some type of slowdown or something. With Brayton Laster off the pace, not out of the question. Cozy's going to take the lead out right away from the 06 of Brayton Laster and exit the fountain section with the lead.
For an interview tonight, but really good stuff here between this trio, maybe this quartet, as we go on board with Ryan Vargas.
Oh, and Vargas doing a fantastic job through this set of corners. A little bit of smoke further up ahead through turn 11. Going to get down to the inside, and Garrett Smithley almost made it 3 wide with drive-through for 4th. But again, Smithley's going to have the advantage going down into turn 1, but if Vargas can maybe outbreak him here, could have it shot going into the fountain. Let him have the spot, though, down Shoreline Drive through turns 1. Oh, and Garrett Smithley tagged the wall. Vargas let him do the work and give that spot to the 23. He'll now set his sights on the 77 to drive through for the 4th position.
You made exactly the point that I was thinking about watching this battle go back and forth. I knew that Vargas may be able to just take advantage of things from Garrett Smithley and let Smithley end up in trouble. So Smithley with damage now. Again, not the first time we've seen someone tonight just overdo it entering turn 1. As whatsoever. Kallenbach here trying to hang on as best he can, but it's just been a tough night. Dorman also, too. Going to be lap traffic here. We'll see whether or not he pulls over and makes any sort of issue. But Michael Cozy Jr. clear of the rest of the field by 6.4 seconds as he comes across the stripe to take the white flag. Our final lap of action from this round 7, season 7 of Core, and about maybe 3/4 of a lap away from sweeping the Stig Shoreline Drive Street Circuit Bonanza 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Now, we had 2 separate winners last year in Harry Tiller in race 1 and Kenny Kusin in race number 2. Look at Vargas and Gabe Wood. This is for 3rd and almost runs Gabe Wood into the wall. Look at Wes Graham with a huge move to take the 4th spot away. Going to even try to get to the back bumper of the 23, but Gabe Wood's going to come right back.
Gabe Wood had a podium nailed on. They made the mistake in turn 1 like we've seen so many people do tonight, and all of a sudden the battle for the final podium spot is properly on. Vargas has it. Graham is the first person to try and fight for it. Wood's going to need a lot of help, I think, to try and get a spot back on the podium.
Vargas, Wes Graham, Gabe Wood, and Justin Champagne. Champagne in 6th needs every spot he can get because his championship rival, Michael Cozy Jr., pulling away with a 5-second lead.
Where does this end up or not? There is Michael Cozy Jr. to sweep the night here at Long Beach and claim all of the 6 Shoreline Drive, Street Circuit Bonanza 2 Electric Boogaloo. Meanwhile, Wes Graham with one last bump, but it's not enough, and Ryan Vargas is going to bring it home and in Southern California end up with a podium. Road racing yet again. Ryan Vargas finishes third. Josh Chin was second this evening. We'll talk to those three in just a moment. But that's your podium tonight from Long Beach in the feature race. Cozy, Chin, Vargas, but it's Cozy's night on the streets of Long Beach.